So this is a brief video to discuss how to apply for the Wraparound Revenue Application Form. So we'll talk you through a couple of documents and predominantly to focus on the application form in its sections. So when applying for Wraparound Revenue Application Form, you'll see on the website several documents, the information in terms of what Wraparound Revenue is, what you can spend the money on, how much you to apply for, and all the relevant documents, as well as here the link to the online application form. So just to summarise some of the key documents here, we've got the service specification. So on here you will find what the revenue money can be spent on, how much money you can apply for. So that is 10k, and then we'll have subsequent funding based on a monitoring form, but it's up to the value of 30k. We then also got the priority lists. So that is based on those schools the highest need for wraparound provision. If your school is not on the list, don't worry, still please apply, because you'll see on there's a section where you can put on the application form, my school's not on the list, and we can look at that in more detail. The essential criteria is basically a document which, if you're going to offer this provision, what we need from you, for example, officered registration. Because although this is for primary school age children, the early years foundation stage framework is still included in this because wraparound is from reception age and they are classed under the early years. We've also got the business plan guidance notes, and this works side by side by the business plan, which Caroline will talk about later, but you can find them both on this website themselves. Along with that, you've also got the 3-year cash flow, which again, Caroline will discuss. Just to note, these documents are ones that we are wishing for you to use and submit. And finally, just one more that I'll touch on is the Word version of the application form. Where this is an online application form, we recognise you may want to work on some of the sections offline, so we've done a Word version of the application form. So when you click on to this online application form, you will be taken to a page similar to this. Caroline, over to you.
Thank you. So the first page, we want to know about you. That's it. So really your name and job title, this is just so we know who we're talking to and who we need to reference any information back to. We need an email address and your company name, address of your company, all basic information on this page. If you move down a little bit, if you are on holiday or you're going to be away, it'd be great just to have a second contact name, someone else we can contact in your absence. We need to know the district that you're in. If you are already Ofsted registered, if you just let us know here. Otherwise, we will be asking for additional information later. So again, this is just all of your basic initial information. You can either at this point save and come back later, or you can continue. Once you've completed that, you can continue to the next section. Thanks, Nicole.
Thank you. So if you continue to the next section or you save and come back, you'll come back to a page that's like this. And I'm going to click on the offer. So the offer is predominantly about where are you going to be offering this provision? So what school are you going to be offering this from? And we've given 2 examples. So if you are a school offering this, you will do one application form and put in your school. If you are, for example, a childminder, again, put in your application form, but state which schools you are doing this from. If you are, for example, an after-school holiday club, you may wish to do separate application forms for the different schools. I mentioned here about the priority areas, which you'll find a link to. And again, where I mentioned earlier, if you're not in those areas and you're not in those postcodes, you can click here, and that's something that we can look at on the application form. Just scrolling through, we just need to also understand about how many places you plan to create and what year groups you are also planning to provide wraparound provision for. Just to note, again, this is for all primary school age children from reception to year 6. Again, like Caroline said, you can at this point continue, or you can click save and come back. When you click save and come back, you will come back to this section here, and I'll take you on to the funding for you, Caroline.
Thank you very much. So wraparound funding, as Nicole said earlier, you can claim on this application form, you can claim up to a maximum of £10,000. We are looking at this termly. So you initially apply for the £10,000 or up to, and any subsequent payments we make will be made through a monitoring process. So initially you need to apply for the 10,000 maximum. And as part of that funding, we need to feed back to DfE where this money is being spent. So we are asking for your breakdown of the value that you think you need for staff, your rental of premises, resources, consumables, any training, and any recruitment costs, and anything else. Please give us some detail. We also just need to know when you anticipate this provision to start. So if everything goes according to plan, you get your funding, when do you then anticipate that can be up and running? And again, at the end of this section, there's only those 3 questions. If you can save and come back later, or you can continue to the next section. Thanks, Nicole.
Thank you. So service delivery. This is where we want to understand how you're going to be offering this provision. You will see in these boxes here, there is a word limit of 3,000 characters. Just to note, we will stop reading at 3,000 characters. So please be mindful when you're putting information, how much we'll be reading. So within these sections, you will see, for example, mobilisation, the more information section. This is where you'll be scored against, and these are the type of bullet points that we're expecting to see within your information above. We recognise you may not be able to get all the information in there as well, so we've also mentioned about the further detail to be included in your business plan, which we've touched upon the links in the website, and Caroline will mention a bit more later on in the session. So I'll just scroll down. So you've got the mobilisation, your experience you've got, your core values, and your safeguarding, all of which again have got the more information where we're expecting you to see and how you demonstrate against these points. Again, you could at that point click continue to go straight to the next section, or save and come back. And I'll pass you over to Patsy.
Thank you. So now we're going into permissions. There is a question here for the freeholder or the building or land, sorry. Basically, we're asking, is the property that this funding is related to, is it owned by ECC? If so, do you have the permission? Which will answer number 2 as well. We can't stress enough to save your uploaded documents as they are written out below. For example, save your admissions policy as admission policy, business plan as business plan. This application is unique to you, so it's not necessary to save the documents with your names on them. Equally, if these are not uploaded or in the format that we've requested, unfortunately, your application will be declined. You'll notice that the final attachment name, it's quite lengthy, so we do suggest that you just save this as school consent. As for the declaration, we really do require you to ensure that you do have legal authorization to make this application and to sign on behalf of the organization. Once you have signed and completed the application form, you will then again have the option to submit or to save and come back later. If you press the save and continue button, this will not submit your application. So please ensure that you press and submit the button in order for it to be uploaded on our end. And back to you, Caroline.
Thank you. So we're now just going to go into a little bit of detail. So 2 of the documents you need to upload are the business plan and the cash flow. So the business plan, and if you can scroll down a little bit, these are, firstly, you'll see the names of your business management consultant, for whichever area you are in. Feel free to contact them on those email addresses if you need any support with your business plan or your cash flow, or both, please do contact your local BMC. So this document it actually goes through, the guidance notes go through in great detail the kind of things that we'd like to see in this business plan. So again, it's got detail of your structure of your business, your mission statement. It's got your business concept and why you're unique. Why will you get the children to your setting? Your SWOT analysis, your SMART targets. Also your funding and financial projections. This will give you a starting point to see, to look at various things, you know, the numbers of children that you're anticipating, the costs, and it'll give you an idea of where to start for your cash flow. And then at the very end, it's about your management of your business. Please, can we see this document? It's much easier for the BMCs to review this as opposed to any other document you might want to submit. Annual accounts really aren't helpful. We need to understand your business and how you're going to make it work and how this will become sustainable and your plans for this. The other thing with the business plan that we are seeing come through more and more is the use of AI. Please don't use AI to complete this business plan. We do need to see that it's actually about your business and it's not an automatically generated response to the questions that we've asked. So anything that is AI generated will be rejected, and we will ask you to resubmit. So please, it would be really helpful just to see how you're going to make this business work. Thanks, Nicole. And if we move on now to the cash flow. So the cash flow, we ask for 3 years cash flow. With Wraparound Childcare, the funding that you can apply for is to set your business up, is to make sure that this is going to be a long-term sustainable business. So what we need to see in here are the numbers of children that you're going to start with. So year 1, month 1, what are your projected income figures? And please, if you are applying for funding under local authority grants, please input the value. So if you're looking for a £10,000 startup grant here for your wraparound, please put that in. So that'll give us a true reflection of where your cash flow is. If you can scroll down, Nicole, just to the bottom, as you can see on the bottom, any opening balance you have already ready to set your business up, this will then feed through to your total income, your total expenditure, and give you your closing balance. You can then see how your projection for income, expenditure, and overall what you will have left month by month. What we really want to see with the wraparound business, we expect it to grow. This could be month by month, quarter by quarter, but we should see growth, and that again should year on year. Hopefully you will anticipate that this business will grow and your income levels should be able to at least come to break even. Hopefully you will be into a profit and you will have a good business. So that's what we want to see. Please input your costs and just think through anything you might need, advertising costs, anything, your staff costs, anything else that you know and can anticipate will have to be spent setting this business up. Again, any support you need with this, please contact your BMC and we'd be more than happy to support anyone applying for this funding. Again, just to reiterate, the initial application is for £10,000. Anything in addition to that, and you can base your business model here on receiving £10,000 in the first quarter, you know, up £10,000 a quarter for an additional, for a total of three terms. But please do, if you are looking at that and you're looking at your sustainable business model, please input the income you are expecting ECC to help you with. And I think that covers everything as far as the cash flow. Is there anything else we need to cover?
No, I think that's it. As always, if you have any questions, please do email us. Our email address is wraparound.childcare@essex.gov.uk. And just to reiterate again, the attachments that we require, such as the business plan and cash flow being some of them, if you haven't attached them with your application form, your application form will be declined, and we will suggest that you reapply again for the next time. So please ensure that you submit all the relevant documents with your application form at the time. Again, like Caroline said, you have our business management consultants. Their details are on the business plan. And feel free to email us if you need any support or further queries. Other than that, good luck with applying, and we hope you apply soon. Thank you.
Thank you.